give me fuel, give me fire, give me that on Chinese eye.
Hey there everyone, welcome to week 13 here in the Car Demolition League, and if you've been following us all season, you'll notice that we have a couple of new decals on the field, and needless to say, they are certainly there for good reason, and even by request to an extent, as last week, if you're a racing fan or animation fan, or like me, if you're both, last week was a tough week, putting it mildly, as we lost a really great voice actor in Tom Kane, and not too much later, I think like 2 days after, we lost Kyle Busch. So basically, these decals, new decals on the field that we are going to have on the field for the rest of the season, it's for them. And it did not take me much convincing. I asked, hey, you guys do you want to run this for 1 week, or you want to do this for the rest of the 2026 season? And basically every CDL team owner that I talked to wants to go the rest of the season. And I definitely can't blame them. Tom Kane, the voice of Professor Utonium, as well as Yoda from Star Wars Clone Wars. A great voice actor, a great talent that voiced many different childhood voices that you probably remember from your youth. And of course, Kyle Busch, one of the greatest talents that NASCAR ever seen. Whether you loved him or hate him while he was racing, you can't deny the pure raw talent that the man had behind the wheel. And definitely just want to send condolences to the families of both Tom Kane and Kyle Busch, their family and friends, as they go through a very difficult time. And the Car Demolition League is definitely with you, and definitely you're in my thoughts and prayers as well. So that is why we have the decals on the field, for those who might have been wondering. But yeah, so moving on to the action, because we got a game to start this week. But first, just a moment of silence just to reflect. Thank you, guys. So yeah, getting down to the game, we've got a battle between two of Shane Geiser's teams, and Shane Geiser has struggled with both of these teams all season. The Miami Brawlers, 2 wins, 9 losses, no ties, and 1 overtime loss. Currently last place in the Car Demolition League with that record. And of course, the Chicago Wind Attack haven't done much better. 4 wins, 7 losses, no ties, and 1 overtime loss. Chicago, though, still has to feel like they have a better chance, because they are still really in the hunt, as the Western Conference, right by the cut line, isn't too treacherous. I mean, you got some teams that are kind of struggling right there at the cut line. And in the East, it's kind of the same way to an extent, but Miami definitely a few games further back with the record that they have. So definitely the contrast there, but Shane Geiser just sending out the best lineups he can think of, because he just wants to get whatever team can win the win, right? So basically just letting the best talent do what it does, and that's, I think, his strategy for this game right here in this cross-conference matchup. His Miami Brawlers on the road to do battle with the Chicago Wind Attack. Let's go on ahead and get a look at the lineups for both sides. Start on the visiting side with Shane Geiser's Miami Brawlers.
Hi, I'm Shane Geiser, and this is the lineup for my Miami Brawlers.
Leading the way for the Brawlers today, it's going to be Silver Vet at the front runner spot. Following him out there at the middleman spot, it's going to be Relina. At the captain spot for Miami today, it's going to be High Tech. And that 5-point gainer for the Brawlers in this one, it's going to be Rising Heat 2. So there you have it, folks, on the business side of the Miami Brawlers, all set and ready to go. And now that takes us to the home side of the field where we've got Shane Geyser's Chicago Wind Attack. Let's go ahead and get a look at their lineup for the day.
Hi, I'm Shane Geyser, and this is the lineup for my Chicago Wind Attack.
Leading the way for Chicago in this one's going to be the rookie Hyper P. Following him out there at the middleman spot, it's going to be Blue Dragon. At the captain spot for the Wind Attack today, it's going to be Hot Indy. And at 5-point gainer for Chicago in this one, it's going to be Mirror. So there you have it, folks. Both teams ready to go. And Greelina, 2-time Crash Bowl champion. High Tech won a Crash Bowl before as well. Of course, Blue Dragon and Hot Indy have won Crash Bowls themselves. And have done it together for this Wind Attack squad in the past when they were owned by Jim Hull Sr. And both back threes taken off the field. And we got our front runners ready to begin this game. It's Hyper P and it is Silver Vet. Here we go. Well, that time we had a bad roll and the interference off the hands. So Hyper P rolling back right up into the hand. That's going to count as an interference. Still scoreless. And we continue. And a good flip that time. Hyper P is down. Silver Vet has the good flip. 5-0 Miami takes the lead. So the Brawlers on top to start things off. But that now brings out Blue Dragon for the Chicago Wind Attack. So here we go. 5-0 is the score. Blue Dragon getting forced back there, but both cars staying in it. And this time a good flip to tie the game. Blue Dragon finds the safety of the mesh while dead center of the field. It's Silver Melina, it's Silver Bet who is down. So I don't know why Silver Melina came to mind. He's playing for the Philadelphia Demons right now, and it's like, in any case, Silver Bet down out of the game, and we are tied at 5. And now the two middlemen. I tell you what, two really great cars about to go head-to-head. 4 Crash Bowls between these two cars. Is Blue Dragon out here for Chicago. It's Greelina out here for the Brawlers. So here we go. Both cars staying up on that collision. They go at it again. Both cars again. Hanging in there. Good matchup between these two. They're both capable of playing defense that time. A close chance. And no doubt about it right there. Greelina down and Blue Dragon gives the Wind Attack the lead. 10-5 the score. Greelina looked a little unstable in the collision before that as well. And then went down immediately after. 10-5 the score. Blue Dragon now looking to put this game away. High Tech trying to keep Miami in this thing. Both cars staying up. That time we had a bad roll. So they'll reset. Still 10-5 the score. And, oh, Mama put him in a K-pop video. What a breakdance maneuver. Turning on the spin cycle. High Tech keeps himself in the game. Oh, do a barrel roll that time. He's playing Star Fox 64s. This matchup continues. And that time on his side. And he is done right there. 15-5 is going to be the final of this one. And the Chicago Wind Attack have a huge win here over the Miami Brawlers. And that definitely helps the Wind Attack. Moving forward as they pick up a big 3 points that are much needed, no mistake about it, as they get the victory over the Brawlers. And as for the Brawlers, what else could be said? The tank is on, I'd say, at this point, as they fall to 2-10-0-1 with that loss right there. But 15-5 is going to be the final score. Of course, all game winning flips do get put under review, but normally if there was something to overturn it, we would come back to the field, basically to both cars on the field. But you know, if you basically see the helmets of the next two teams are about to be in action, you know that the call stood. But that being said, what is coming up next? The Kansas City Outlaws going to be hosting the Atlanta Avengers, another cross-conference showdown when we return. Stay tuned. Welcome back, Smash Heads. On to the next one we go. We've got another cross-conference battle as we've got the Kansas City Outlaws set to host the Atlanta Avengers. The Avengers, currently the team leading the Atlantic Division, a record of 7 wins, 4 losses, no ties, 1 overtime loss. Of course, 3 points here in this matchup that they kind of feel like the favorite to win. Of course, the win here today will keep them in first place in the Atlantic Division. Of course, Outlaws gotta be feeling quite like the underdogs that they are here for this one. 3 wins, 8 losses, no ties, 1 overtime loss. Currently in a 3-way tie. Pardon me, folks. Currently in a 3-way tie for last place in the Western Conference. So Kansas City definitely in need of some points here today, as they are sitting quite a ways back. 6-6 currently holds the final playoff spot in the West right now. So you think that's 18 points, and currently Kansas City with 10 points. So they are currently 3 games back of that final playoff spot. So Kansas City definitely needing to get some wins here today. Basically all the teams at the bottom of the table needing some wins here today. Of course, including today's game, 8 games left in the regular season. So after today, only going to be 7 left for these teams. So definitely crunch time for teams that are at the bottom of the table going forward here. So let's go on ahead and get a look at the lineups for both these league-operated teams. Starting off on the visiting side, leading the Atlantic Division right now, it's the Atlanta Avengers. Leading the way for the Avengers today, it's going to be Gray Indy at the front runner spot. Following them out there at the middleman spot, it's going to be Riddler. At the captain spot for Atlanta today, it's going to be Frostjet. And at 5-point gainer for the Avengers in this one, it's going to be Track. So there you have it, folks. The Atlanta Avengers all set and ready to go, trying to hang on to that lead that they've got in their division. But to the home side, we now go to the Kansas City Outlaws, the team John Good built. But their league operating now, let's see what they bring to the table today. Leading the way for the Outlaws in this one, it's going to be Rising Heat. Following them out there at the middleman spot, it's going to be Raditz. At the captain spot for the Outlaws today, it's going to be Hammer. And at 5-point gainer for Kansas City, it's going to be Catspray. So both teams all set and ready to go as we'll get the back 3 off of the field. Certainly the Outlaws, the underdogs in this matchup. But Kansas City looking for the upset. It's not impossible. Can they get things going here today? Of course, Gray Indy been a tough customer in his own right. Gray Indy and Rising Heat leading things off here, and both cars staying up and keeping their own sides. And another chance and a good flip right there, and Rising Heat puts the Outlaws on top. 5-0 the score. So Kansas City in the lead. 5-0. Looking for more as that brings out Riddler from the visiting Atlanta side. And this time they go ahead, both cars staying up right there. Almost a mesh break as they continue to battle. And this time we have a good flip. There is no post break over here. And I know that's kind of got to be a hard one for y'all to see, isn't it? So I'm going to go on ahead. We'll take the camera down so you guys can get my point of view. And you'll see that it's just a mesh break on the visiting side, not a post break. All right, so there he is, folks. There is Riddler. You see him right in the mesh there. He is not making contact with the post at all. He is cleanly in the mesh. So that right there, folks, the proof in the pudding, so to speak. I don't think that you could see it from the ceiling where you were. So there you go. There's the evidence. And of course, whew, there we are. Hey, zoom out a little bit. Rising Heat right there. He is flipped. So, folks, we got a 5-5 game. All right, folks, so back on the field now. Raditude is now out there for the Outlaws, looking to get the lead back for Kansas City. Of course, Riddler trying to take the lead for Atlanta here, and both cars staying up on their first collision. They will switch sides. Battle continuing, and yes, switching sides again. The matchup still going on, and a tie collision right there. 10-10 the score. Some debris went flying off of the front end of Riddler. But Riddler and Raditude take each other down, and we are all even at 5 apiece now. Is that, or 10 apiece rather? Now, as that now brings out the captains from their respective spot. Hammer for the Outlaws, Frostjet for the Avengers. Game tied at 10, and here we go. And a quick flip, oh, one that comes quicker than a pancake at a Waffle House. Frostjet is down, and Kansas City is a flip away from a win. And what an upset it would be if they could pull it off here on home turf. 15-10 the score. Hammer looking to make it the final. And of course, it's track out here for Atlanta, trying to lead them back, trying to force overtime. So here we go. 15-10 is the score. Hammer looking to make that the final, and track trying to send this game to OT. Oh, mama, put him in a K-pop video. Somehow Hammer able to break dance his way out of the flip, but can't do it twice. 15-15, and folks, we're heading to overtime here in the CDL. As that now brings out Cat Scratch for the Kansas City Outlaws. Game tied at 15. Cat Scratch and Track about to go head-to-head. And here we go. And oh, a chance right there. Cat Scratch almost goes down. Track almost had him. And that time, Track is a little fumbly, wumbly, stumbly, but still in it somehow. And the matchup continuing, and again, both cars staying up there. I think this is like the third straight overtime game for the Atlanta Avengers, if I'm not mistaken. They like making it close, I guess. Let's put it that way. Match continues, and somehow Cat Scratch is still in it after that collision. Switching sides, and again, Cat Scratch hangs on. And another chance, and you can't fight physics forever. Final score 20-15, and Track has gotten the win right there. It is the Atlanta Avengers victorious today over the Kansas City Outlaws. 2015 final. The Outlaws do pick up a point in the standings with that loss, but certainly from where they came to this game day at, they had only 10 points on the season. They certainly needed more than that as they just move up to 11 points as they fall to 3-8-0-2. But for the Atlanta Avengers, a huge win in comeback fashion there at the end, able to get themselves a much-needed 3 points, and the Avengers cling on to their spot at the top of the Atlantic Division. So keeping that lead right there, and for now the second seed in the East that would come along with it. Of course, winning the division is so important for these teams because you win your division, you guarantee yourself a first-round bye in the playoffs. So that's what comes with the division title. So something to keep in mind. That being said, though, folks, we got more action coming up. Remember how I said that Kansas City was in a three-way tie for last place in the Western Conference? Well, the two teams that they were tied with are going head-to-head. The Seattle Lumberjacks on the road to do battle with the Phoenix Firebirds when we return. Alright, Smash Heads, on to the next we go. We've got a Pacific Division showdown about to take place. The Seattle Lumberjacks on the road to do battle with the Phoenix Firebirds. Matt Geiser's squad looking for another win. Of course, they got their third win of the season just last week. Seattle has been in a slump for quite some time now. Multiple losses in a row. I can't remember the exact number. But that being said, I'm not going to count it right now. Both teams coming into this game, identical records, 3 wins, 8 losses, no ties, 1 overtime loss. They were all tied. These two were tied with Kansas City coming into the week. Of course, the Outlaws were just able to pick up a point in the last game, and both these teams know that 3 points would be huge right now. These two teams did meet up once before this season, of course, as all divisional rivals do. They see each other twice during the regular season. The Lumberjacks were home the first time around and got themselves a 15-5 win. They're looking to repeat the results here today. Of course, the Firebirds looking to turn things around and put the script on them and split the season series with them. And of course, for now, would put themselves ahead of Seattle and Kansas City in the standings if they get themselves a win right here and now. So, that being said, let's go on ahead and get a look at the lineups for both teams. Starting on the business side with the Seattle Lumberjacks league-operated team. See what they bring to the table today. Leading the way for the Lumberjacks in this one, it's going to be Darth Mauler at the front runner spot. Following him out there at the middleman spot, it's going to be Monty Jr. At the captain spot for Seattle today, it's going to be 76. And at 5-point gainer for the Lumberjacks here in this one, it's going to be Black Spectite. So there you have it, folks. Seattle Lumberjacks all set and ready to go on the visitor side. And now we take it to the home side of the field, trying to make it a second win in a row here. Matt Geiser's Phoenix Firebirds. Let's see what they bring to the table today.
Hi, I'm Matt Geiser, and this is a lineup for the Phoenix Firebirds.
Leading the way for the Phoenix Firebirds in this one, coming off a shutout, it's Purple Fusion. Found him out there at the middleman spot. It's going to be Green Arrow. Coming out at the captain spot for the Firebirds today, it's going to be the rookie Hyper Caddy. And at 5-point gainer for Phoenix here today, it's going to be Miro. So there you have it, folks. Both teams all set and ready to go. We'll get their back three off of the field. And yes, Purple Fusion coming off of a shutout last week. Took down the whole San Francisco front three in a huge upset. So looking for similar results here today. But standing across from them, the aerodynamics of Darth Mauler ready to meet them head on. So here we go. Darth Mauler, Purple Fusion. Game is on. Both cars stay up on the opening go. And again, both cars hanging in there, staying in it. It's been cycle that time. Battle continuing. Purple Fusion and Darth Mauler putting on the early show and out of, I was about to say almost going out of play, but more towards the mesh break. Keeping himself safe was Purple Fusion. And oh, mama, put him in a K-pop video somehow. A breakdance maneuver, Purple Fusion able to hang on. And basically continuing from where he left off last week, just unstoppable. That time it was Darth Mauler doing some fancy dancing. And Darth Mauler that time is down though, so 5-0 Phoenix Firebirds in the lead. Purple Fusion grabs the lead for the Firebirds. So now that brings out Monty Jr. for the Seattle side. Purple Fusion 4-0 in his last four collisions, or I shouldn't say last four collisions, but 4-0 in his last four matchups. Trying to stay hot here. 5-0 score. Make it 10-0, just like that, Cracker Jack. The Firebirds are a flip away from a win here. As Monty Jr. goes down and Purple Fusion is awake. I tell you what, he's slept most of the year, but now he seems to have found a little something. 10-0. He and his Firebirds have the leads. He looks for his second shutout. I mean, could he get it 2 weeks in a row? Perhaps. 10-0 the score. Purple Fusion going for the win. 76. Trying to keep Seattle in this game. And donuts are served for dinner. Oh, thank you very much. Purple Fusion gets himself the win yet again. 15-0. 2 shutouts. 2 weeks in a row. And maybe the Firebirds have finally arrived at the airport here for 2026. And maybe they start taking off from here. Purple Fusion, impressive. You know, there's Green Fusion that has played for the Detroit Turbos all season that's been doing fantastic all year. Purple Fusion just didn't have that same start. I mean, when you take a look at the stats between the two cars, it's like night and day how much better Green Fusion was. But Purple Fusion now 2 shutout wins in Week 12 and Week 13 respectively here today. So 6-0 in his last 6 matchups. That is impressive. Purple Fusion, it looks like he's found his stride. And if Purple Fusion is going to play anything like Green Fusion has played for Detroit, the Western Conference might be in trouble. The Phoenix Firebirds might be on their way up the standings in a short few weeks. But of course, they have to try to climb themselves out of a hole. No doubt about it. They certainly dug themselves a hole to start the season. But a win here today puts them to 4-8, 0-1 on the season. A huge 3 points that gets them to 13 points. They just need help on the cut line right now moving forward. That being said, they won't get any help in the next game because the next game we go to the Eastern Conference for a Northeast Division showdown. The Buffalo Warriors going to be on the road to do battle with the Montreal Monarques. It's when we return. Stay tuned. Welcome back, Smash Heads, and we are ready to go for the first time this week. We'll see 2 Northeast Division teams on the field ready for some action as we've got the Buffalo Warriors on the road set to do battle with the Montreal Monarques. Lila Geyser's Monarques trying to bounce back here. They have lost their last 2 games, so trying to avoid going into a 3-game losing streak. But still, so far this season, rather impressive. 7 wins, 3 regulation losses, no ties, and 2 overtime losses. Of course, coming off the second overtime loss of their season that happened just last week in the first day feature on the road against the Philadelphia Demons. So, of course, now back on home turf, they look to get back on the winning track against a team that they kind of feel like they should be able to beat. The Buffalo Warriors, though, They were a very tough out last week. They also lost in overtime last week. They have a record coming into this game of 2 wins, 7 losses, no ties, and 3 overtime losses. Sitting towards the bottom of the standings for sure in the Eastern Conference with just 9 points on the season. But a win here today could maybe, just maybe, get them back into the race just a little bit. Of course, every point so valuable right now, but they definitely need to find themselves getting 3 here today moving forward. Because, again, time running out as we head through the middle portion of our season. As a matter of fact, you might as well just say it. 2 months remain at this point. Just 2 months remain in the regular season. I mean, it comes to an end in July, basically, in mid to late July. And we have... Actually, mid-July, I'd say, it comes to an end. So, yeah, definitely the pressure is certainly on teams like Buffalo, teams like Miami, Phoenix, Seattle, Kansas City, the teams that are at the bottom of the standings because they are running out of time to get those much-needed points. That being said, the Montreal Monarques trying to improve their position. They want to hang on to 4th place in the Eastern Conference with a victory here today. We'll see if they can do just that. Let's go look at the lineups for both sides. Starting on the division side with the league-operated Buffalo Warriors. Leading the way for the Warriors today, it's going to be El Rey at the front-runner spot. Following him out there at the middleman spot, it's going to be Tyrell. At the captain spot for the Warriors today, it's going to be Red Spectite. And at 5-point gainer for Buffalo, it's going to be Battle. So there you have it, the offense leading the way first there. That's the strategy for the Warriors with defense at the back. At least that's the mindset of that Buffalo Warriors lineup. Let's see what the response is from Lila Geyser's Montreal Monarques.
Hi, I'm Lila Geyser, and this is my lineup for the Montreal Monarques.
Leading the way for the Monarques today, it's going to be 46 Junior.
On your knees.
Following out there at the middleman spot, it's going to be Bebop. At the captain spot for the Monarques in this one, it's going to be Red Detta. And at 5-point gainer for the Monarques today, it's going to be Veyron. So there you have it, folks. A lot of the defense right there at the middle of the lineup for Montreal, at least in theory. Bebop, a rocket power model. Of course, Red Detta, been very good at defense before, so we'll see which team this works out for as we get the back 3 off of the field. And El Rey's got some weight for him, even though I would say maybe he classifies more as an aerodynamic type of offensive player. Certainly got some weight to him, though, as he takes on one of the heaviest cars in the league in 46 Junior. So here we go, game about to be on. El Rey, 46 Junior to lead us off. And a quick flip just like that, Cracker Jack, 5-0 Montreal. So El Rey down on a little clip shot. And 46 Junior, that weight getting him off balance. What else could be said? 5-0. Les Monarques in the lead, and now definitely aerodynamic offense from El Rey. But can El Rey manage to get the ramp working here? And he does get the ramp working. And just like that, folks, tied at 5. So that now brings out some of that defensive mindset for Montreal with Bebop coming in from the middleman spot. Game even at 5 apiece. That time, a quick flip and a good flip right there as Tyrell takes down Bebop. And a good flip that puts Buffalo up 10-5 the scores. That now brings out Red Detta for Montreal. And tell you what, that ramp has been working for Tyrell as the 3 cent as he goes head-to-head with Red Detta here. And this time Red Detta able to tie it up at 10. Tyrell down and Montreal evens the score. And back and forth goes the pendulum of this matchup. 10-10 the scores. That now brings out Red Spectite for the Buffalo Warriors to battle with Red Detta from the Montreal side. And both cars will stay up there as we have a mesh break from Red Detta. And do a barrel roll somehow. Red Spectite able to stay in this game. And this time, no doubt about it, a good flip in the Montreal Monarques. Take the lead back. 15-10 the score. As Red Spectite is down, and now that brings out Battle from the visiting side. For the Buffalo Warriors, he'll be trying to force overtime. 15-10, Montreal looking for a much-needed win themselves. And what a great move right there by Battle as he keeps himself in it. And again, both cars able to stay out. Definitely looks like Battle under more pressure right now. And oh, what a breakdance maneuver right there. Battle looked unstable, and this time to the mesh goes Red Detta, able to keep himself alive. And both cars able to hang in there. Both cars still putting up a great fight here. Red Detta staying in it, as is Battle. And again, Red Detta able to hang on. He got a little fumbly-wumbly right there. Both cars continuing this matchup, and it is a good one right now. 15-10 the score. Game on the line here as Buffalo tries to force OT, and down on his side is Red Detta. But folks, there's bound to be a post break right here. See, he's touching right up with it. I don't know, can y'all see that on the screen above? Yeah, I think y'all can. Oh yeah, he's definitely touching. I can't even bring the knife the whole way down right up here against the post. If y'all can see that. Yeah, right here, right? Yep, right here. So, matter of fact, push this in so y'all can get a better look. Here we go. But right here, he is touching the post. So, folks, we do have a post break right there. Red Detta is still going to be in this game, no doubt about it. So, post break. Keeping Red Detta in it. Battle will go back to the visiting side, and we'll keep going through this match. And Battle so close to forcing overtime right there. Still 15-10 the score. Yeah, I was just trying to look on the camera because the camera from the phone is small from the ceiling, you know, kind of hard to see a little bit. But nonetheless, we keep going on here. 15-10 score. And Red Detta trying to make it final as both cars stay up that time. And again, good spin cycles by Battle as he tries to stay in it. And this time we're going to have a good flip. And that's going to be an edge break on the home side of the field. As, yes, he's kept his balance right there. Red Detta is good. But a good flip right there, and this game is over. Deep fry a Twinkie and ship it to Belixi and send it courtesy of Laval, I suppose. It is the Montreal Monarques who have the win. 15-10 the final score as they take down the Buffalo Warriors in this one. And a huge bounce back win for the Montreal Monarques. And when you look at how many points they had coming to this game day with Montreal, 8-3-0-2 now, so that puts them up to 26 points. Under the right conditions, they could be just a point behind New York or Detroit going into Week 14, if I'm not mistaken, if my math is correct. You know, all that Common Core stuff kind of messes you out. But nonetheless, moving on to the next game on tap, we are going to head back to the Eastern Conference. We will see more Northeast Division action here today, as a matter of fact. Huge first day feature, the New York Empire on the road to take on the Boston Vandals. So you can't get much better than that, right? It's New York versus Boston. I mean, that's just like, you can't get much better than that, right? But coming up next, we can do almost as good. Maybe, okay, depends. I guess it depends on what coast you live on. What do you like better? New York and Boston, or what we have coming up next? The Los Angeles Blades on the road to take on the San Francisco Shinobis. NoCal versus SoCal. LA versus San Francisco, or New York versus Boston. Maybe we should have like a vote on that or something. What rivalry do you like better, Smash Heads? But anyways, LA and San Francisco when we return. Welcome back, Smash Heads. Onwards we move. Next game on tap, another Pacific Division showdown about to take place as we've got Matt Geiser and his Los Angeles Blades going on the road to take on his stepmother's team, the San Francisco Shinobis. Lila Geiser squad, of course. Lila Geiser looking to go 2 for 2 here today, and of course, so is Matt Geiser. Both these team owners looking to go 2-0 here this week. So, big game for both of these teams, of course. LA and San Francisco, both of them were shut out last week. So this is definitely a rebound matchup for both these teams. Both of them looking to get back in the win column and shake off a 15-0 goose egg from last week. Definitely something that's tough to switch up. But of course, you know, a win cures so much, right? I mean, that's what could be said. The Blades currently on the outside of the playoffs looking in. A record of 5 wins, 6 losses, no ties, and 1 overtime loss. They were holding on to that 6th and final playoff seed in the Western Conference going into last week, but were not able to fight off the San Diego Lightning in the main event. That being said, the San Francisco Shinobis, a tough loss for them, as they are now in here with a record of 7 wins, 4 losses, no ties, 1 overtime loss. But San Francisco, if I'm not mistaken, they've lost their last 2 games in a row, as the Mariners look back. Yes, their last 2 games have been losses against Tampa Bay in Week 11, and of course, just last week when they lost to the Phoenix Firebirds, Matt Geiser's other squad. So, Phoenix was the team that got a 15-0 win over San Francisco. So, Lila Geiser looking for some revenge against Matt's other team here, his Los Angeles Blades. So, interesting how that all worked out on the schedule. But what can I say? The stories write themselves here in this league. It's kind of the magic of it, right? Is that, the stories just write themselves as the season does progress. So, kind of makes it nice, You don't have to spend all the hours writing the script. The game does it for you. I mean, that's kind of the cool thing about this, right? But, anyways, Los Angeles Blades, San Francisco Shinobis. Let's get a look at the lineups for today's matchup.
Hi, I'm Matt Geiser, and this is the lineup for Los Angeles Blades.
Starting on the visiting side with the LA Blades, it's going to be Lancia at the front runner spot. Following him out there at the middleman spot, it's going to be Padawan. At the captain spot for LA today, it's going to be Power Pistons. And at 5-point gainer for the Blades here today, it's going to be Ratitude Jr. So there you have it, folks. Matt Geiser's LA Blades all set on the visitor side, ready to go. And now that takes us to the home side of the field. Lila Geiser's San Francisco Shinobis. Let's see what they bring to the table for this one.
Hi, I'm Lila Geiser, and this is my lineup for the San Francisco Shinobis.
Leading the way for the Shinobis here today is going to be Monty.
Benny Village that wanna start.
Following him out there at the middleman spot, it's going to be Rocket Power 2.
Attacking the Leaf Villages where my crew.
At the captain spot for the Shinobis here today, it's going to be Black Bullet 1.
My ninjas feel you for your
And at 5-point gainer for San Francisco, it's going to be Spectite Jr. So there you have it, folks. Both teams ready to go. They'll get their back 3 off the field. And if memory serves, Week 3 when these two teams first met, and it was the Shinobis who were able to get the win on the road 15-5. So San Francisco looking to go 2 for 2 against LA here this season. Now, of course, they got home turf underneath their wheels. And hoping that gives them the extra assist here as we start the game off with 2 Smash Mouth style cars. Lancia for the Blades, he wasn't with this team at the start of the season. He wasn't here in Week 3, so that's one thing we can say about Los Angeles. Their roster has changed a little bit since 10 weeks ago. But Lancia leading the way for the Blades, Monty for the Shinobis. Game is on, and a clip shot right there. And folks, we are very close, very, very close. As this one, yeah, there we go. So they're going to keep their own sides. Too close to call, they'll keep their own starting sides. They go at it again. Oh, they both almost took each other out, but still staying in there. Oh, do a barrel roll. What a great move by both Lancia and Monty gets the win in the end there. 5-0 San Francisco. So that now brings out Padawan for the LA Blades. What a fun battle that was to watch. It was short, but it was fun. 5-0 score. Monty has the lead. I should say San Francisco has the lead, but Monty has the lead too. He's part of the team. Like, don't leave me out, guys. Anyway, Padawan out here trying to tie it up for the Blades. See if he can do just that. Does these cars go at? No, make it 10-0, just like that. So 10-0. Shinobis in the lead. Looking, you know what? Lila Geiser looking for a shutout, I think. After being shut out by Matt Geiser's other team last week, I think she's trying to take it out on his other team this week. 10-0 the score, and Monty looking to deliver the shutout. And that being said, though, interesting spot for the LA Blades. Power Pistons, yet again, put in this spot. He's been in this spot for the past 3 weeks. For the past 3 weeks, the Blades have found themselves down 10-0. Of course, 3 weeks ago when they were playing against the Philadelphia Demons, Power Pistons was able to go 4-0, have a captain's day, and lead the comeback for the win. Was not able to do that just last week, though. So here we go. Attempt number 3. How will he fare? 10-0 the score. Monty looks for the win. Oh, breakdance maneuver. Monty was able to somehow stay alive, but not that time. That time Monty is flipped, and this one is still going. Power Pistons gets the Blades on the board. LA makes it 10-5. So Power Pistons looking to even this game up now as he takes on Rocket Power 2. Rocket Power 2, of course, going for the win. And both cars stay up right there. And again, both cars staying up. You got two types of cars that are good at the defensive side of the game, and both of them have survived a few collisions at this point now. And it's definitely a matchup that could find itself going for quite a while, that's for sure. But not that much longer, as Power Pistons is taken down, and Rocket Power 2 has the fuel here today. Flipping fuel, tackling fuel, good win for the Shinobis. 15-5, the final score of this one, as they will sweep the Blades in the 2026 regular season. Huge win for San Francisco, the ability for them to bounce back as they will find themselves going to 8-4-0-1 on the season. Definitely a big victory right there, a big 3 points. And a very tough loss for the Blades. Like I said, they were above the cut line just a couple of weeks ago, but now they are definitely at risk of really falling back big time, as both the San Diego Lightning and the San Antonio Defenders are going to have their chance to get some wins, but they do not have easy games. They do not have easy games. As a matter of fact, they're going to be in the second half of Week 13. San Diego on the road against Toronto, and San Antonio on the road against Fort Worth. Of course, the Thunder, one of the best teams in the league. That will not be easy by any means. So definitely going to be interesting to see how that plays out. But folks, we got one more match to take place here in the first half of Week 13. Of course, that would be our first day feature as we head from the West Coast to the East Coast. The Boston Vandals are going to be home and set to take on the New York Empire. Should be a fun Northeast Division showdown, so stay tuned. Welcome back, Smashheads. It is finally time for our first day feature. It certainly has arrived, and what a big game on tap about to take place, as both these teams certainly in need of a win. The New York Empire on the road to take on the Boston Vandals. A Northeast Division showdown. The Empire with a record of 9 wins and 3 losses. They come into this game day tied for first place with the Detroit Turbos at the top of the Northeast Division. And not just their division, but at the top of the Eastern Conference as well. So New York looking for 3 points to really hold the fire to the Detroit Turbos' feet, who are going to be leading the way in the second half of Week 13. So the next game day that comes out, the Detroit Turbos hosting the Las Vegas Scorpions to start that one off, and you'll see right away who's going to be at the top of the Eastern Conference by the end of the first game in the next video. But that being said, though, the Boston Vandals currently on the outside of the playoff race, looking in 6 wins, 5 losses, no ties, 1 overtime loss. Certainly Boston the underdogs here today, but coming off a huge win over the Carolina Crash Cats. They're trying to get the momentum going in their favor. They've been back and forth as of recent, so the Vandals looking for, pardon me folks, the Vandals looking for some consistency moving forward. Of course, Boston coming into this game day just 1 point behind the Philadelphia Demons, who are currently holding down the final playoff spot in the East, and they themselves tied with the Toronto Titans right now for 7th place in the Eastern Conference. So, huge game for the Vandals right here as this playoff race starts shaping up, heading towards the regular season finale. But like I said, 2 months to go, right? We got 8 more games left, including today, for all these teams, and certainly big 3 points on the line. So, sorry for the frog in my throat here, as I try to hold it together here. Allergies, it's that time of year, changing of the seasons. You'd think that it'd already be done and over with, but in Buffalo here, it's, weather doesn't know what it wants to do, you know? Mother Nature's just like flipping the bird to all of us and like, I'll do what I want. that being said, though, we are ready for this game to take place. Boston and New York, let's get a look at the lineups. We'll start on the visiting side with the league-operated New York Empire. Leading the way for New York today, it's going to be Pioneer at the front runner spot. Follow him out there at the middleman spot, it is going to be Leno. At the captain spot for the Empire today, it's going to be Black Bullet 2. And at 5-point gainer for the Empire here today, it's going to be Gatorade. So there you go, folks. There you have it. The New York Empire on the visitor side, all set and ready to go for this matchup today. And now we take to the home side of the field. It's Hunter Bradshaw and his Boston Vandals. Let's see what they bring to the table here today.
Hi, this is Hunter Bradshaw, and this is my Boston Vandals lineup.
Leading the way for the Vandals in this one's going to be the rookie, Rowdy Jr. Follow him out there at the middleman spot, 2025 MVP, it's Highlight. At the captain spot for the Vandals in this one, it's going to be Banana Rock. And at 5-point gainer for Boston here today, it's going to be 24 out. So there you have it, folks. Both teams ready to go. We'll get the back three off the field, and we'll get set for this matchup to begin. The New York Empire and the Boston Vandals ready for this match. Huge Northeast Division showdown. The rookie Rowdy Jr. taking on the Aerodynamics of Pioneer. Here we go. Game is on, and a flip that comes quicker than a pancake at a Waffle House. Just like that, Pioneer has the Empire in front, 5-0 the score. As he takes down the heavier rookie and using that ramp to his advantage. 5-0 score, Pioneer looking to increase the lead. Of course, last year's MVP trying to even it up here, and, I'm about to say we almost had an out of play, but somehow Highlight was able to stay in the field of play. That's a mesh break there for Pioneer. Both cars still up, still in it, and this time we definitely have an out of play, and he's in a tough spot to get, So there you have it, folks. Both cars back on the field. We are back from the out of play there, and actually they're going to go to opposite sides right there. Highlight to the home side of the field where he started. Pioneer on the visiting side. After the out of play, still a 5-0 game. Empire in the lead and making another out of play. So, out of play goes Highlight yet again. As you see the aerodynamics working right there. Still 5-0 New York. And that time, no doubt about it, able to keep himself in play off the mesh. Highlight takes down Pioneer and is able to tie this game up at 5 apiece. So a huge flip right there, but that now brings out the smash mouth style of Leno for the New York Empire. Game all even at 5 right now. And oh, what a breakdance maneuver. Somehow, someway, Highlight keeps himself in it against the heavier opponent right there. And Highlight has the flip, and the Vandals have the lead. And last year's MVP is starting to show some things. As that time he was in the mesh himself, that would have been a mesh break. But hey, using the field to his advantage, and up 10-5 are the Boston Vandals. A flip away from what technically would be an upset. But believe it or not, the Vandals had the best regular season record last year here in the Car Demolition League. So definitely not a team to slouch on, as they are up 10-5. Of course, Black Bullet 2, the franchise, trying to put the Empire on his back again as he takes on Highlight. Oh, both cars somehow still in this game. Matchup continuing. Highlight and Black Bullet 2. Oh, big defensive maneuver right there. And this time into the mesh goes Highlight. And that time, it's without a doubt. I think it's pretty... All I did was go to get the knife to push the mesh out, and he fell into the mesh in the process. So that goes to show you how much of a mesh break it was. So still 10-5 the score. Vandals in the lead, looking for the win. Both cars stay up right there. Black Bullet 2 trying to tie it up for the Empire. Good spin cycle by Highlight, keeps himself in the game. And no doubt about it that time, and the MVP has arrived. Highlight gets it done from the middleman spot. 3-0 day for him. 15-5, the Vandals have the win in our first day feature as they take down the New York Empire. And I tell you what, if the Boston Vandals are back in the form that they had last season during the regular season, the rest of the league needs to stand up and take notice right now, because the Vandals have that capability to certainly go on a tear, especially when Highlight is running on all cylinders, if you know what I'm saying. Definitely Highlight, one of the best cars in this league, and showcasing that yet again. Last year's MVP, having himself yet another day, goes 3-0 in this one, and folks, our first half of Week 13 is in the books. Like I said, 15-5 final. The Boston Vandals getting the win over the New York Empire, and definitely, you want to call it an upset by all means, but Boston improving to 7-5-0-1 on the season, and definitely putting the fire to Philly's feet. And the New York Empire falling to 9-4, which will give the Detroit Turbos a chance to get a solid 3-point lead over them in the Northeast Division standings in the second half of Week 13. Speaking of the Detroit Turbos, they'll be leading things off, like I said earlier, against the Las Vegas Scorpions. Other great matchups on tap. Philadelphia Demons going to be on the road against the Carolina Crash Cats. That's going to be a huge matchup. I tell you what, our main event, that one's going to be huge as well. A Texas-sized showdown as the San Antonio Defenders will be on the road to take on the Fort Worth Thunder. So, folks, so many great matchups coming up in the second half. You're not going to want to miss it. Definitely appreciate you, though, for being here. James Holst Jr. here, owner and creator of the Car Demolition League. Thanking you so much for watching. And if this is your first time ever watching the CDL, thank you for giving Table Derby, or the game of Table Derby, a try. Thank you for giving the Car Demolition League a try. Even if you just tuned in for like a minute or two. You know, I definitely appreciate all the support here in the CDL and trying to make Table Derby a real thing. So definitely appreciate it. Until the second half of Week 13, which will be uploaded soon. Much love. Take care of yourselves. Be yourselves. God bless, folks. And as always, peace.
Give me fuel, give me fire, give me that on Chinese side.